Hello, welcome to the Roseville Parks and Recreation Men's Basketball Online Managers Meeting. This video is designed to provide you with all the necessary league information for the winter 2022-2023 season to ensure that your team gets the most out of your season here in Roseville. My name is Josh Tegeson, and I'm the Recreation Supervisor in charge of basketball here at Roseville. I can be reached by either email or phone with any questions or concerns that you may have. My primary method of communication with managers will be by email. If you do not use email, please let me know as soon as possible so that I know that I need to contact you by phone or other means if any changes are made. The league website is cityofroseville.com under Adult Basketball. Your basketball schedules will be linked on that site or can be visited directly at teamsideline.com/RPR. As you will see, the league pages will indicate updated standings and results for each game. We do encourage managers to check back often to let us know if there were scores entered incorrectly so we can make sure that we keep accurate tabs on the league. Any schedule changes that are made will be posted on the league page and managers will be emailed to inform you of that change. The preseason schedules, which will include the first 2 weeks, will be posted no later than November 22nd. Preseason games will begin the week following Thanksgiving, Wednesday, November 30th. The third week of the preseason will be posted by December 9th. Regular season schedules will be posted by December 16th. Games are played at 2 separate locations. Roseville Area Middle School, which hosts 3 courts. At that location, please ensure players are entering through the Gym West doors, which is a newer addition towards the back of the building. There are 2 newer courts downstairs and an older gym that you will enter through the doors on the street level. The second location is Central Park Community Gym, which is an elementary school. Enter through the northwest doors, and there are 2 courts at this location. Roseville utilizes a unique sliding scale system, which is comprised of a preseason, regular season, and playoffs. Please view the flowchart in regards to how everything is broken down. Preseason consists of teams playing teams of different skill level in an effort to gauge where to place each team for the regular season. The first 2 weeks will be scheduled based on which league you registered for and past season performances. Week 3 will be scheduled to try to tease out any anomalies that may have occurred in Week 1. Regular season divisions will be created based on your team's performance in the preseason, as well as your final placement from previous seasons in the Roseville League. Note, if your team has changed significantly from previous years, let me know. A team who is 3-0 will not necessarily be placed above a team who goes 1-2 in the preseason, as all factors will be taken into consideration, which includes the quality of opponents and the margin of victory. Regular season is generally broken down into a C, upper D, and lower D division. If you have a strong feeling about where your team belongs after the preseason, please contact me no later than December 15th at noon. Once schedules are posted, teams will not be moved. The playoffs will follow the regular season, in which teams are reassigned to different brackets based on their league results. Playoffs should be viewed as a second season as opposed to a culmination or extension of the regular season, as you may be playing teams you have not played before and that were in a different regular season division. Playoffs are generally broken down into a C, D1, D2, D3, and lower D playoffs. All players must have the same colored jersey or similar colored. Numbers are also required for all players. Please do not use tape for numbers as they often sweat off during a game. Permanent marker is fine to use. Any player who does not have the same colored jersey or a number will be assessed a technical foul at the start of the game. This will be enforced at the first preseason game, so please plan accordingly. I also suggest getting 2-sided, reversible jerseys or encourage players to keep an extra numbered shirt in their bag in case teams have the same color jersey. Team managers must sign their team in prior to each game. Please see the scorekeeper's table to sign your team in. Players may not play without signing in. Game balls are not provided by the league, so please provide a game ball each week. Team rosters are due prior to the first scheduled game. Any team that does not have a roster on file may be subject to a forfeit. Please list player's name, city of residence, email, or phone number. Game times consist of running time for the first half and stoppage time for the final 2 minutes of the second half. If overtime is needed, it will consist of 2 minutes with stoppage time during the final 30 seconds. Each court will have an assigned scorer to run the scoreboard. Please have someone on your bench keep an eye on the scoreboard throughout the game to ensure the points, possession arrow, and fouls are correct. Please notify the officials or scores person if there are any errors. Dunking is okay during games only, so please refrain from dunking during any other time. Dunking during warm-ups, dead ball time, halftime, following a game, or any time when the ball is not in play will result in a technical foul. This rule is required by the owners of the gyms in which we utilize. All teams should designate a team manager before games begin. Only team managers should interact with officials, and interaction must be respectful and occur during appropriate time. Team managers may request clarification and may respectfully discuss a non-judgment call, but once discussion is concluded, that is the end of the conversation. Non-team managers may not question officiating. Continuous complaints and comments from the bench will not be tolerated. Flagrant fouls will result in immediate ejection and suspension. This includes any excessively violent foul or attempt to deliberately injure an opponent. The following acts may result in a technical foul with or without warning: use of profanity, questioning judgment calls, and persistent complaints about officiating. The following actions will result in immediate technical, double technical, or flagrant foul with or without warning: use of profanity towards an official or another player, making any statement that's personal in nature about an official or opponent, any attempt to bait, taunt, or instigate an altercation, or any attempt to physically intimidate an official or an opponent, for example, getting in someone's face. Please note, this is not a full list of behaviors that will result in a technical or ejection, but hopefully give players an idea of what behaviors will not be tolerated. Just because a player's actions are in response to a questionable play does not give him the right to act in an unsportsmanlike manner or inappropriately. When an ejection occurs, the team manager shall report the ejected player's full name to the scores table without incident. The game will not be restarted until this has occurred. Any manager failing to report the correct player information will also receive a technical. In order to keep the spirit of the Roseville League, any player receiving 3 technical fouls over the course of the season, which includes the preseason, regular season, and playoffs, will be suspended from the league and any sanctioned Minnesota State tournament games. This excludes a jersey violation. All technical fouls and ejections are recorded and reported back to me. I encourage all teams to set a goal of no technical fouls or ejections all season. Any player involved in fighting will be ejected from the league, included but not limited to throwing a punch, slapping or face pushing an opponent, grabbing or pushing a player during an altercation, and leaving the bench during an altercation, except when requested by an official. Again, this is a recreational league. This type of behavior has absolutely no place in our league. Officials are independent contractors who hold jurisdiction over anything that happens in the gym or outside the gym related to the game. Teams may reasonably expect referees to be on time, behave professionally, and to hustle. It is unreasonable for teams to expect officials to get every call correct, to know every single rule of the large rule book inside and out, to tolerate frequent complaints or verbal abuse, to tolerate comments about officials' integrity, or that they are personal in nature. Teams must learn to live with the fact that referees may make calls that they will not agree with and must move on with the game. If games are in question, please contact our weather website that can be found on the league page or schedule page, or call the weather hotline beginning at 4:30 p.m. the day of the games. Please remember that game time is the time listed on your schedule. Teams should be prepared to be ready to play at that time. Teams with only 4 players present at game time must play with 4. If a team does not have 4 players present 10 minutes past the scheduled game time, team will forfeit the game. Please remember, if you must forfeit your game, please contact your opponent as well as myself by phone as soon as possible. Nobody likes to show up for a game and not have a team to play. Please be respectful of this. If your team is looking for additional players or subs, please contact me directly, in which I can provide you with a list of free agent contacts. Each regular season league championship as well as playoff championship team will receive up to 10 shirts at the conclusion of the playoffs. All winning teams will be contacted when the playoffs end with a form to fill out shirt sizes. Once shirts arrive to the Parks and Rec office, managers will be contacted to find a time to pick up their shirts. Wrapping up, please remember that we want this league to be a well-organized and safe, with an emphasis on sportsmanship. Managers, I ask you to please be leaders on this and encourage your teams to follow suit. Keep these games in perspective. Yes, competition is important, but we all want participants to be safe and have fun above all else. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions or concerns throughout the entirety of the season. Finally, I thank you once again for choosing Roseville for your Winter Basketball League. I wish everyone a safe and fun season. Best of luck, and I hope to see many of you on the courts. Thank you.